Good afternoon, my dear friends. My name is Dr.Sayyad Rasheeduddin. I am working in a CMR Engineering College as an associate professor in AI&ML department. Today, I will explain the Python data type. What are the different data type which are supported by the Python? I will discuss. I will give the list of data types. All I will explain one by one. Here, the Python supports a various data type. In that these are the few data type which are supporting by the Python. In that, first one is a int, and the second one is a float, complex, bool, string, bytes array, and range, list, tuple, set, frozen set, dictionary, and none. And these are the different data type which are these are the popular data type which are supported by the Python language. We know that in that most of the data type which are supporting by all the programming languages like C, C++, Java, and Python also supporting these data type. In that, again, the data types are classified into different types like a numeric data type, sequence data type, Boolean data type, list, tuple, dictionary, like that. The classification is different. Comes under a main 5 categories. In that, the numeric data types, which are integer, is a one type of numeric data type, and a float is also a one type of numeric data type. Complex also a one type of numeric data type, and the Boolean is the other data type which are supported by the Python language. We know for storing the integer variables, we know we will define the variable as an integer. That means it only stores the values, integer values. In the same way, float data type, it can also store the decimal values. Integers with a decimal field SS means that is nothing but a float data type. We know what is a complex number. The complex number data type also there in a Python. It is in the form of a I plus bx. We know the complex number format. In the same way, the numbers or variables can also be represented in the form of a complex number. And the Boolean values like a true or false. The values also can be stored in a Boolean values, true or false. Like we know the most of the programming languages which is supported by the strings. It is a collection of sequence of character. The Python also supporting the string data type. We can perform the different operations on a string, and the new data type like a bytes and a bytes array are the newly introduced data type which is only supported by the Python language. Byte is a similar like an array. How we are storing the elements in an array. In the same way, the bytes data type also, it can store the multiple values under a single name. And bytes array also the same similar type of data type, but the only difference is the values, the content of the bytes array can be modified. The bytes data type, if the values are variables which are defined as a bytes, mean it cannot be modified, mutable. That is the only difference. We know the range. Range also is a one type of data type which is supported by the Python language. In that range, we can give the starting number and a ending number, so that we can incorporate or insert a different values under the range data type. And one more data type which is newly introduced in a Python language, that is a list. That means how we are storing the multiple values in under a one name, like in an array in a C or a other programming language. Here also the list also, it is a similar type. Under the list we can store the multiple operations, multiple values under a list data type. In the same way, tuple, set, frozen set, dictionary, and none. These are the few data type which are supported by the Python language. Now we'll see the different syntaxes, how the list can be created and how the dictionaries can be created, how the programs, what are the programs, how to access the tuple numbers, we'll see in a Now we'll see. Here, these are the some basic points related to the list. Insertion order is preserved in a list. What are the elements we are inserting? That order is preserved in a list. Here, the second point we need to keep in mind that heterogeneous objects are allowed. That means that different data values can be allowed in a list. And the third point is duplicates are allowed. That means in a list we can also allow the multiple duplicate values. That means the one element is 10, the other number also can be 10. It can allow the duplicate value. And the one more point is a growable in nature. That means the size of the list is not fixed. It can increases the size and decreases the size. That is nothing but growable in nature. See, this is the one simple example for a list. We can create a list like this. List is equal to 10, 10.5, Venkat, true, 10. Here, all the 10, 10.5, Venkat, true, and 10 are the list elements. That means, see here, this is the first element of the list, and this is the second element of the list, and Venkat is the third element of the list. And the true value, that means, as I said before, it can allow the multiple values, heterogeneous values. That means all the values are not be same. It can allow the multiple values, multiple types of data also it can allow. See, the one more point we need to remember is, here it allows the two values as a 10, 10. That means it can allow the duplicate values as a members. So, this is the one syntax to creating a list. How to access the elements? Here, to access the element, we need to give the index of a list. That means all the indexes of a list which starts from the 0. Here, if you want to access the first element of a list, that is the syntax we need to write is a list of 0. If you want to access the second element of the list, we need to write a list of 1. Like that, the list indexes start from 0 up to n minus 1 it goes. For example, if you want to access the elements in a reverse order, we need to specify the index as a -1. That means whenever we are writing the two ways we can access the last element. One is a n plus 1, list of n plus 1. The other way is a list of -1 also. It can get the last element of a list. See here, there is a one more type of syntax we can access whenever we want to retrieve the multiple values from the given list. This is the one simple syntax, list of 1 is to 3, 1:3. That means first 1 is nothing but a second element, and 0, 1, 2, 3. That means it's starting from a second element, and before the third element, it can access the two values, that is nothing but the first value, second value, and third value. Like that, this simple syntax will give the output as a 20, 3. Like this, in this way, we can access all the elements which are there in the list. And now we will see what is a tuple and what are the different ways of accessing the elements from the tuple. We will see. See, a tuple is a type of sequence that resembles like a list, except that unlike a list, a tuple is a immutable. It is also similar like a list, but the only difference is a tuple is a immutable. That means the values cannot be changed. We cannot change the values. This is the one simple example of a tuple. How to create a tuple? Tuple T is equal to brackets 10, 20, 30, 40. Here, this is we are trying to store the multiple values 10, 20, 30, 40 in a list, a tuple T. See, here how to create a tuple means the empty tuple can be created with this syntax. Tuple 1 is equal to open brace and closing brace. And whenever we are trying to print the empty tuple, it prints a open brace and closing brace like this. If you want to insert the element, if you want to put the element into the tuple, This is the format. Tuple 1 is equal to AML comma data science. That means here we are interested to insert the two different values like AML comma DS. Whenever we are printing the same tuple content, it will print the values AML comma DS. And coming to the dictionaries, now we'll see the dictionary data type. What is a dictionary? How we are using some dictionaries for searching the keywords like a tough word or a difficult words in a English dictionary. In the same way, here also we are storing the different values under a dictionary data type. But the only condition is that it can store the content in the form of a set of key with values. That means not only the single element, single values, it can also store the keys with a values. A dictionary, to see the definition of a dictionary is written as a sequence of key value pairs separated by commas. That means the key value pair is separated by the commas. Whenever we are trying to store a multiple values, the one key value pair is separated with a comma. This is the example of a storing the dictionary content into the dictionary. 101 colon Raju, this is the one key value pair, and 102 colon Ravi, this is the second key value pair. 103 colon Shiva, this is the third key value pair. Like in this form, we can also store the different types of data under a data type dictionary. These are the few data types which are supporting by the Python language. In a next class, we will see with a different set of keywords, and we will also see in a next video with a clear programming how to write the program to access the elements of a different data types. Okay, thank you for watching.